Adadiko Kubuafu and Philemon Larry, our in-house analyst, and of course, a lot of other representatives from TESCON and TAIN, as well as other societies on the campus of the KNUS. We're discussing corruption and how far successive governments have helped to fight against. How far have you helped to fight against corruption in the country? What is the corruption situation in the country at the moment? And so the Chuck Kofi Wayo is back online. Kofi, good evening again.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, the line went dead. You were talking about the corruption situation in the country.
Nobody gets prosecuted here. You know, the BNI, you know, because we haven't trained them well, we have dehumanized our BNI. You know, look at Dora. Go there. Go and see the tragedy there. Nobody is responsible. There's no, the very principles on which NDC was found, which is accountability and probity. Rollins repeats this like the Bible. Now it's got to be put to use. They got to find out the people who signed the contract with Alstrom and gave them $80 million. We got to retrieve that money back for the kinky seller, for the firewood seller, for the people who work in magazine all day and don't get nothing. Do you understand? The school teacher, the tow driver, the taxi driver, the policeman and woman, the infantryman, the Navy man, the Air Force man, the warder, the custom officer, you know, the immigration officer who pays all these taxes, the workers at the restaurant, you know, who pay taxes. Even water you cannot give them.
So, Kofi, what would you say have accounted for this level of corruption in the country?
It's too much. Somebody, the president got to set up a task force. You understand? We got to put a stop to this. Some people have to be held accountable for their actions.
Kofi, if I may repeat my question, what would you say is the being behind the corruption in the country? What will you say has been the major cause of corruption at this level in the country?
Poor pay. Poor pay. The government pretends to be paying the workers, and the workers pretend to be working. That's it. We gotta review our pay system. Why should a minister buy $86,000 car in a country where 8 hours of work is $3? Does it make sense to you? You ask yourself, do you know why we are poor? Because the leaders rob you. You know how many Ghanaians does it take to get $86,000 for the minister to buy a car? It takes about 13,000 Ghanaians to pay tax before you get that $86,000. And you go and give it to a Japanese guy, right? And he tells you, I'll give you a foreign aid. You are giving him foreign aid. Because that, out of the $86,000, he takes only $200, right? Combine it with all his sales and tell you he's giving you foreign aid. And you're happy. You have water in Ghana, supposedly. Ghana Water Company just told the whole country, after 53 years of independence, that the water is shut down until some white man comes from Holland to come and fix the machine. So what happened to Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology? What about all our technical schools, polytechnics? How come the water company have not recruited these young people with the basic knowledge over years and years and have them duplicate these so-called machines? Why haven't we done that?
Okay, Kofi, how would you say successive governments have contributed to fighting against corruption?
They all come to fill their pockets. That's what's been happening. That's why we're poor. That's why the farmers don't have pension, right? You know, the farmers don't have pension because they don't work for buying. But they pay taxes. The fishermen, they don't get pension. The market women, right? The teachers, they don't get pension. You know that. But the taxi driver, he don't get pension. So you ask yourself, where does the tax we pay go? You don't give us water. You don't give us light. You don't give us pension. So where does the money go? I see policemen, when they retire, they're afraid to retire. I've seen the policemen and soldiers who have to come to Accra for their pension. By the time they get it, all the money is finished because they borrow from their relatives for transportation to come here. Why can't you decentralize? The foundation of the nation is the security forces. If they are corrupt, the country can never move forward. Period. It's as plain as the moon in the sky. And you're telling me with all their degrees, they're not able to see this practical sense?
Okay, Kofi, the Minister of Finance and Economic Planning, Dr. Kwabena Dufo, has taken the Customs, Excise and Preventive Service to task. The Minister of Finance and Economic Planning is challenging the leadership of the SEPs and the workers to rid the service of its perceived corruption. Institutionally, which institution would you say have contributed mostly to corruption in the country?
How many years have you been knowing this? Huh? Everybody knows, the self themselves know that there's corruption. But the question you should ask is, why are they corrupt? Is it because they want to be corrupt, or because they are not well remunerated? A person is collecting billions, and you pay them 1 million, 2 million cedis a month with 5 children. And then when they retire into poverty. Can't you see that's a problem? Huh? Even police IGs, when they retire into poverty. You know, I've seen colonels in the army who retire and can hardly make ends meet. So, but the minister or the MP comes to parliament and he has nothing, and he gets 500 million cedi to buy a car, when your soldier who is going to die for you, or your policeman, or your sex officer don't even have a penny to eat.
Okay, Kofi, so finally, what would you say should be the way forward in fighting corruption in the country?
There got to be accountability. From the big men, the police must have powers to arrest and to jail. That's it. You understand? Like right now, the president should set up a task force. Who signed the contract for Alstom? Who gave the $18 million out? You know, I know how to collect that money. I know how to get it in Europe. You should set up a task force. Let's do something for the Ghanaians for a change. That's all.
Now, talking about accountability, when committees are set up to review certain deals that went on or took place in the past, some perceive that as witch hunting. How do we move from there?
See, I am on the Energy Commission, right? And I told them, don't give a license to Balkan. You know, Balkan Energy. Because they're criminals, right? But they went behind me. You understand? I don't know what they gave them, but they issued a license. They said, the law said you got to issue license. I said, but these people, look, somebody comes to your house